So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about this kit. It's really cool. But first off, I want to start with really talking about something that most people do not understand. We go through our entire life combating, working with emotions, figuring out what the emotions are supposed to be, etc. So something I was coaching with a client today, and most people don't realize this, but your DNA carries emotions with it. So you can inherit a stressor that your great grandfather had. And then every single time when your parents conceive, or when somebody conceives, every single emotion, every single thing that is going on with that person at that time literally becomes that child. So the stressors, the emotions, the health of the body, etc. And that continues to carry down. You're a hard copy of everybody before you, and that's part of what your DNA is. So a lot of us struggle with emotions that we may not even know where they come from, but all we know is, like, for example, like during specific times of the years, I get depressed for no reason, even though, I don't think that's mine, but you never know. So it's really interesting. We have emotional things that are passed down with us. Okay. So what can you do about that? Like, how do you clear those things? Well, you can do a lot of things to help that. You can reprogram your mind. You can tell yourself, this isn't my emotion. I'm releasing this. This is not my emotion. Or if you just like, I really don't want to have this, just continue to put power to, I'm not going to feel like this. I'm not going to feel like this. Your mental focus and control can reprogram emotions and habits and how you feel. Like, you just have to understand that you have the power to do so. And that's what a lot of people struggle with, is you don't understand that you can just shut that off. You just have to be like, no, I'm not going to let this bother me. I'm going to continue. And you continue to have that mindset in your subconscious mind, which is where everything comes from. Say this is a habit right here. This is all the habit of, of depression, right? This is the feeling of depression. Every single time you allow that to control you, it gets stronger. We'll say get bigger. It doesn't get bigger, but it gets stronger. And if you ignore this and push through it and say that's not mine and cancel that and let go of it and just really work on getting past it, it gets weaker. It gets weaker and it gets weaker. No matter if it's a DNA pattern, a pattern of some type of emotion or feeling that you got when you were younger and you really have no idea where that came from, etc. Like, you have the power to shift and control these things. And it's amazing because we just don't give ourselves enough credit. Now, a lot of times we have things that we have no idea what they are, where they came from, how we have them, why we're feeling that way, or really what the emotion is that we want to work on, because we just know that we just want to be better, we want to feel better, we want to trust ourselves more, we want to just feel better. How do we get going with that? That gets really confusing. And you can go to a life coach, you can do energy work, you can do all those things, but you can also do things like this feelings kit. Now, this is the thing that really, really gets me going, because the idea is that you may not know what's blocking you. You may not know what instance is blocking you. You may not know what pattern or experience or etc. that is actually making you feel the ways you feel, but you feel these way. Or you just don't understand why you do these specific things and you wish you could get past it, but you have to heal those things in order to move past it. And that's where we get really, really frustrated, because it's like, I don't know where to start. I mean, you can Google things, you can reference things, you can try your best, but it can get very overwhelming. And a lot of us don't necessarily think that we have the resources and tools to do it, but you do. When you smell something, that smell goes to your olfactory bulb, which is in your head, and that is the direct connection to your emotions and to your memories, etc. So the sense of smell is your direct, the sense of smell is actually that direct connection to your memories and your emotions. So if you fuel positive energy consistently is always the key for rewiring habits, emotions, etc. then you can weaken that emotion and make this other new emotion stronger. And if you weaken that habit, that emotional instance enough, it can actually disappear and just fall off of the synapses of your neuroscience of your body. So this is why this feelings kit is really cool. The feelings kit you typically do for 30 days. Our team for Young Living is actually going to do it in our group in April for 30 days together, which is really cool because you get to see a lot of people's testimonies, etc. But you don't have to say anything if you don't want to, but you have support for going through this feelings kit. And the reason why I bring this up is because I've done so much coaching and support and healing, etc. with people recently with emotions, because we're just trying to heal things. We're just trying to move past things. And I don't want you to have to rely on somebody in order to help you to heal. It is very helpful, but you can do things in your home personally by yourself that allows you and helps you to heal through traumas, heal through things in a pretty fluid way. And then if you actually do this, you heal things, and then you can get into deeper levels with people if you want to go see help, which is really fun. You can do them together, you can do it before, after, however works for you. So the feelings kit has the oil forgiveness, harmony, inner child, release, and valor in it. This kit literally helps you to go in, find those negative emotions, find those negative patterns, and continually push in that forgiveness, because you have to forgive things in order to move past them. A lot of times we're like, well, I don't know exactly how I'm going to forgive this, or what I do to forgive this, or really what to, who I'm forgiving, or really how to forgive, etc. This helps your body to just find those synapses and heal and work on them. Harmony. You can't have balance without harmony. So it like harmonizes the positive, the negative, the past, the future, the present, etc., and brings them all into one fluid energy, so you can feel more at peace. Inner child. Inner child is an oil that literally, Chloe, that literally takes that person that was born without judgments, without negative thoughts, criticisms, any of those things, and literally brings that person out. So, think of when you're born, you have no idea what a criticism is. You have no idea what emotional trauma really is. You have no idea, your heart is just so open and you're so ready to just live, and you have no judgments on people or yourself, and you don't have those feelings. And then over time, as we experience life, we start to get the, oh, I don't feel so good about that, or that person made you feel that way, so now you shut off in that way. And, all those things like spiral and like build up through your life, and they kind of put a wall around who your inner child is, who you really are. So when you apply inner child, you're taking all those experiences, thought patterns, instances, and like breaking them apart so that they can shed that block that you've put on who you are, and allow you to actually like thrive and come out and live without those past instances that made you hide. This one was huge for me and really did some magic for me. Release, or present time, literally brings you in the present now, instead of having those what ifs, should haves, whatevers, or in the future, like I can't wait for, I need this to happen, or this is going to help me. Instead, just being like here and like present. Most people are either far in the past or far in the future, or just sitting in the present, just not present. So that brings that release. You got to release things. You can forgive, you need to release. We can break things apart, but we have to let go of those things. And release allows your body to energetically just release what is not serving you. It's so beautiful. And then Valor. Valor is the one that actually got me into Young Living, but Valor is for courage and confidence and emotional balance. So it allows you to have courage to apply the feelings kit and actually help yourself to release emotions. It gives you courage and confidence to release those emotions and to let go of them, and to actually maybe even bring them up into a thought pattern so you can process them or dream about them or just think about them and let them go. It gives you strength to just push on, and it's amazing. So you can sit there if you're not an oily person yet, and you can really be like, I don't know, it sounds pretty magical. It is, because I know I've done it. I've done this kit for 30 days. I applied the oil in specific ways for 30 days, and I, for a fact, changed. But it is interesting because we sit here in this life and we get consumed with things, and we bottle ourselves up, or we hold things in, and we let things go that we shouldn't, or we don't understand why we act certain ways, or we have relationship issues, or we do these patterns, or, just whatever, and it's like, I don't know how to fix that. Or I don't know why I did that, or man, I wish I really didn't do that. Or you're like, I just need to let go, but I don't know how. Or I want to talk these things out, but I don't know where to start. There's all these I don't knows. And that's what really caught me up with this, because I understand and really, really identify with the neural patterns. Okay, that's like my favorite thing. That's my jam. So understanding that sense of smell and applying an intention can do these things. Intentionally doing things can heal you. And you don't always have to know the specific time, date, exact conversation in order to release those things that have hurt you in the past. But what I do know is that if you don't do healing processes, your body suffers, your mind suffers, your heart suffers, and you as a person suffer, because those things up until who you are right now dictate and affect who you are as a person. And it can be positive or negative, but those negatives a lot of times outweigh your body, and we don't understand that these emotional traumas hurt us, hold us back from our goals, hold us back from our dreams, hold us back from saying things that we know we should say, and just really affect us in a negative way. But negative emotions and patterns and traumas affect our organs, cause more anxiety, bottle up stress, and that's the main thing that affects who you are, is how your body processes stress. And if you've built up traumas and emotions all over your body, how can you fully feel healthy? How can you fully really go through things and heal them if you're not healing the emotions too? If you have a chronic stomach ache, do most people know that anxiety is held in your gut? So if you're not healing that emotion with the stomach ache, you're going to have residual stuff in your stomach, because we are emotional. And if you don't believe that, that's crazy, because we are. 80% of how you feel is how you mentally think you're feeling. If you believe that you're going to get sick and ill, you're going to get sick and ill. If you believe that you can't heal yourself, you're not going to heal yourself. But I will tell you that our Creator has given us the gift to be able to constantly evolve and heal ourselves. We make 1,500 new cells every single minute. Our body's literally repairing and healing ourselves every single minute. And the more we can release and let go of emotions, the more we can evolve and thrive, instead of just living this daily grind and having no idea what to do. So that is my big spiel of this. How would you use this? So for 30 days, you would do the forgiveness, harmony, inner child, present time, release, and valor. And there is a succession of ways. When we do it for our team, we're going to have videos, training, step-by-step, really quick tutorials, and then just help each other. But basically, valor, you put on the bottom of your feet. Harmony, you put on, your energy center in your stomach. Forgiveness, you put around your navel, because the navel is that soul, like core energy center. That's when you were born, and it just fluids all that life into your system, because that's how you thrive when you're being created. So this is the same way that thrives everything into your system. I had notes to help me. They shut off on me. Release goes over your liver, which is on your right side. And this is where, if you have a ton of buildup of emotions in your liver, you're going to have more acidity. You're going to have digestive issues. You can have blood pressure issues, etc. Yes, emotions can cause those. But you also have a lot more frustration, anger, anxiety, and just aggressiveness that you might not know that you should have, but you do, and that is your liver. Present time, you apply around your wrists and your ears. Inner child, you can either do on your navel or under your nose. And then you do valor again. So you do that. You can do it morning and night, or just morning or night, every single day for 30 days with intention. And you can say affirmations like, I am ready to transform my life. I am open to give and receive love. I forgive myself and others for past mistakes. That's the forgiveness one. I release all negativity from my body, which is so big. I let go of my past. My authentic self is enough. I am ready to transform my life. and you do that stuff for every single day for 30 days, you will naturally release cords, blocks, emotions, traumas, etc. And it was really neat because something so simple, when I did this a couple years ago for the first time, it was really weird, but I remembered that I loved music and I loved to dance. And it sounds so silly, but for so long I just didn't fuel myself with that. So we started, if you follow me, we have tons of dance parties. I barely did those before I did this, and that was something that I didn't realize. I broke down whatever walls I had, self-confidence walls, and then all of a sudden I'm like, let's have dance parties, let's just dance and enjoy. And I actually started dancing again, and like dancing in front of people and doing those things and living. And you can look back and be like, oh, well, that's just a fluke. But it wasn't, because something had blocked me and allowed me to just like not feel like I was good enough. I can tell you many instances why. And I just didn't feel comfortable moving in front of people. I felt ashamed. I felt like someone was going to make fun of me or pick on me. And that helped to bring that up. I also remembered things like my favorite colors and different things that I've forgotten for some reason, and just started bringing those things into my life. I started singing more, etc. And it's just, for some reason, we get so caught up in allowing ourselves to be emotionally blocked. We get caught up in allowing ourselves to be held back and allowing that to be who we are, instead of being like, no, I don't want to be like this. I know I'm not supposed to be like this. And then making those changes. Because one, most people don't understand that you can do it. Two, most people don't have the right and effective resources to do it. We do. And three, it's not always taught. So that is like a huge part of our education with our oil team, is like understanding, like, you may have emotions, you may have X, Y, and Z, but there's always something that can help you to heal, or let's transfer that more into a positive energy. You just have to use the right resources and have them in front of you. So this kit's really cool. It's really simple, and I felt so led to actually talk about this today, because it's been such a common conversation that I've been having with my clients about just, being stuck or stalled or not feeling good enough, or having like emotional things going on, or having a lot of healing issues, or just feeling confused. And you don't have to feel like that. My biggest thing that I thrive on is the fact that Young Living gives me the avenues to help myself in an effective way, so I don't have to rely on other people. I can do this stuff personally within myself and work on this stuff and have success without being confused and feeling like I'm unsupported. So if you have any questions, don't be afraid to message me. But if you're on our oil team, we're going to start this on April 15th. So this will be April 15th, and it's going to be really, really fun. And again, you can be a silent viewer or actually be an active person, but you'll see that evolution of how people feel better, and you'll feel it. I currently have some clients that are doing this, and they are feeling better. But I will tell you, your health is held within your ability to heal yourself and to identify things that need to be moved on and things that need to let go, etc. And it's just helpful to have those nice avenues to help you.